Most painting business owners get stuck because they don't have a system that brings them predictable leads. And after scaling my own painting business from zero to 72,000 a month in just 90 days, I realized there are 3 critical steps that are missing that's keeping most painting businesses stuck. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 3-step formula I use to grow my painting business from zero to 10,000 a month to finally hitting 72,000 a month. Okay, so to start, let me show you how to start getting people interested on what you have to offer. So as you can see on these graphs, notice the difference in the lines when one company is heard of. They have more chances of growing their painting business than the other person that stays exactly the same. But how do you start getting people noticed then? Let me show you. Step 1, start throwing ads. Choose a platform that people choose, right? So that's gonna be probably platforms like Facebook, Google, or Nextdoor, and just simply launch. Don't delay that. Step 2, I door knocked for 2 years, and the first few months were just brutal. People were slamming doors on me, they avoided eye contact, they told me to get lost, and I honestly thought, wow, people really hate, when they try to sell them something. And I almost quit. But one day, after I got rejected, I realized something interesting. It wasn't that I was telling them that they hated, it was how I was presenting myself, how I show up. So I started to change my tone, my body language, my opener. And I stopped acting like a desperate salesperson and started acting like a neighbor with something valuable to offer. And that's when everything changed. Doors started opening, conversations floated, estimates got booked, and it turns out that door knocking works. It was just that I sucked at it at first. So you can start doing door knocking, just make sure you do it the right way. So step 3, you're gonna text or call people you know who owns a home and ask them when was the last time they painted. And you won't pressure them into buying, you will simply ask questions to find out about their home condition. And if they need help, you offer them to give a free quote. You're not pushing anybody, you're just trying to see if you can help. So now that you know how to start getting people to notice you, let's explore a little bit deeper. Next, I'll show you how to actually start marketing yourself like the pros. So as you can see, there's really 7 steps to market yourself like the pros. And those are gonna be step 1, identify the market. Before you begin anything, you need to understand who your avatar is. So imagine someone gave you $50, they told you, hey, I need you to give this to someone at the store, please and thank you. And they just ran away. How would you know who you're supposed to give this money to? Well, you simply cannot know. The same works with marketing, right? You need to know how old your customers are, what pains and dreams they have. Take time to truly investigate your avatar so you can find out what they care about. So step 2, now that you know a little bit about your avatar, you can begin to craft your message using the information above, since now you know what they desire, what their pains are. So if you want to get attention from homeowners with a probably you want to know how to do that. Instead of saying, hi guys, this is John from ABC Painting. If you're looking to get a free quote, give me a call, man. Now you can say something more relevant to them, like, hey, if your cabinets are looking a bit outdated, listen up because what we have might be the perfect solution for you. You see the difference? Instead of sounding like everybody else and broad, not knowing who you're targeting, you know exactly who you want. And in this example, you're gonna get people who want to paint their cabinets and they're starting to notice their cabinets are looking outdated. Step 3, you're gonna select media. All right, so you wanna choose a media where your avatar is, and it doesn't really matter which one it is, as long as your avatar spends time there. Step 4, we're gonna go ahead and create an offer. So what's an offer? An offer is something that you create to bring the attention of your avatar. So one example that I can give you, it's gonna be in the gym industry, right? So that one is pretty simple to understand. Lose 20 pounds in just 2 weeks. And if in those 2 weeks you actually don't lose those 20 pounds, you get a full refund. And so they're not gonna pay anything if they don't lose those 20 pounds. So with this example, even though it's about gyms, if you start to throw ads at this, you're going to start to bring people that they want to lose those 20 pounds, And some of those people are actually going to buy from you because maybe they tried something and it didn't work. And so they might have hope that yours will work. So that's what an offer is. And with the offer that I gave you, it offers a specific result in a specific time and with a guarantee. So you want to do the same with your avatar. What do they desire? How fast do they want it? And what guarantee do you give them if you don't get there? Step 5, you're gonna build a lead capture system. So if you want to get more of your avatars for cheaper prices, then offer something for free to get their attention. So that could be like a free estimate, free color consultation, free color scheme, whatever they might actually find useful. Just make sure to avoid the free estimate. It's just being used by every painting company. Step 6, you're gonna have a follow-up system. So now you have people coming in, but you don't want to let them go since, you paid for them. So what you build is a follow-up system where you contact these people for several days until they book a specific time to meet. And usually by this time, you're giving a free estimate to paint their property. So one quick example will be giving your leads a call once a day to try and schedule a time to meet. Maybe sending them daily messages and email until they respond. Or even knocking on their doors if you have their address and giving them an estimate right there and then. Really it's just about putting in the work. So stop being lazy. If you don't want to do that, stop being lazy, man. You're not going to get anywhere if you keep being lazy. So step 7. Now that you have actually estimates to give, you have the time and the capacity to give more estimates, then just increase the amount of money you actually spend on your ads to get more leads. So if you're spending $50 a day, try spending $100 a day and slowly increase from there. Until you cannot handle all the capacity anymore. And that's basically it. With this system, you market yourself like the pros and leads are no longer a problem to get. But this brings us on to step number 3 of the system. And if you miss this, nothing will work. I'm gonna be honest with you. You need this one, it's very important. So take a look at this graph right here. As you can see, let's suppose you get 200 leads to come in through your ads and you book 50% of them, which is great. But if you don't know how to actually sell those people and make them give you money, then it doesn't matter how many leads you're actually getting, you will always lose money because you're paying for the ads. So let's break down how you can easily sell people so you can make more money easily. So the first thing you have to do is what I call situation questions. So you simply ask the person you're meeting what the condition of the home is. When was the last time they painted? And with these questions, all you're doing is bringing awareness to the person of their current situation. They might not realize their current situation. And then you ask what I call problem awareness questions, where you ask the person based on his knowledge what he thinks the problem is. And you do it in a sort of way. So rather than saying, hey, what's the problem? You say something more like, so apart from obviously you needing to paint your house, what concerns you the most about the way it looks right now, apart from what you said? Now you're gonna discover the real reason they are actually concerned about their home. And what you're gonna notice, and I'm gonna show you a quick drawing so you understand this. If we have 2 homeowners, right? They're different people. When you ask them this question, hey, apart from obviously painting your house because you feel it might be time or whatever they told you the reason was before, I guess what concerns you the most apart from that about the way your home is, looking? What you're usually gonna find is that one person is gonna say something way different than the other. All right. So maybe this person right here, what they're going to tell you is that they care, that they don't want to have extra expenses, right? So they don't want the fascia to probably get worse. And then now they're going to have to replace the fascia, right? They don't want to pay more. And that's why they want to get it fixed as soon as possible. And now this person right here, right? They just look at their home and they just don't like how it looks, right? They see their home and they're like, oh, the color is horrible. I bought this home 5 years and I just really think it's outdated. It's time for a change. You see that difference? If you didn't ask that question and then you try to, at the end of your presentation, when you're giving actually what you do and how you can help them, if you tell this person right here, hey, we're gonna give you a beautiful home that doesn't look outdated, you know what's usually going to happen and what you're going to get at the end of the estimate? You're going to get something that you probably have gotten probably before, and that is, let me think about it. All right, so they're going to say, let me get back with you. You know, I still need to get a couple quotes. I still need to talk with my spouse. Probably relates a little bit. Well, the reason they're telling you that is because you're talking about something they don't give a crap about. And so you have to know, you need to speak their language. All right? You don't have to speak and assume that you know what they want. You have to say exactly what they want. Same thing is with this person. If you come talking about, hey man, if you don't pay, you're gonna have extra expenses, they don't care. They don't care. They're probably gonna be like, you're just trying to sell me. It's not that bad. My home doesn't look that bad. All right? So you need to know, talk their language. Otherwise, this person as well is gonna say, let me think about it. And then you're gonna say the leads are poop, when it might not even be the leads. It's just that you don't know how to sell people. You don't know how to appeal to what they want. And it's not your fault, because usually nobody talks about this. Everybody just says, give an estimate. They don't actually dig deep and help you realize what homeowners want. So hopefully I'm actually helping you realize that, because this is not your fault. And I know for a fact that if you ask those type of questions, you're actually gonna sell more on your estimates. So try it out in your next 5 estimates and see how that goes. And then let me know in the comments as well how it went for you. So now we jump into something called solution awareness questions, where basically you're asking these same people what they think the solution to their problems are. So now they're selling themselves on the idea of doing some painting rather than you telling them, because nobody actually listens when they impose our will into us. Let me repeat that again. Nobody listens to ideas when someone else tells us the idea. It has to come from our own little brains. And so in this example, right, you're gonna ask this person, okay, it seems like for you, let's just say the guy that he cares about the damages, not paying more money. Okay, so for you, it seems like, you know, not paying for more extra damages is important for you, right? Yes, it is, they're gonna say. Okay, so let's say we could actually come in and paint your home to make sure that the fascia is scraped, primed, and painted. That way you don't have extra damages in the future, 5 or even 10 years. I guess, like, what would that do for you personally? Now they're gonna say, oh my goodness, that will actually make me feel relieved. I will feel calm. And that's exactly what I want. You know what just happened with that question? They're telling themselves, yeah, if I paint my house and I don't have to worry about that, I'm gonna have relief and I'm gonna feel good. So you see that difference? Instead of telling them, just look at this difference. If you come to the homeowner and you tell him, yeah, so you need to paint, right? Because you don't want those extra expenses. And so by painting it, you're gonna get it done right, don't worry. What do you think they're usually gonna say? You're gonna say like, yeah. But they don't believe you because they didn't say it. So now you ruin an opportunity for them to influence themselves. Same thing is with this person right here. If you ask them, okay, so let's suppose we do come in and we paint your home and you get a beautiful done home, right? We make sure the lines are straight, everything looks neat, and it just looks like a brand new home. I guess, like, what would that do for you, I guess, personally? And they're like, oh my goodness, you don't even understand, you know, my dream. They might even open up to you and say, like, my dream has always been since I was little, like, to own a home and to prove my dad that he could be proud of me, because, you know, he was never proud of me. And so by seeing what I have accomplished, he's finally gonna feel proud of me. You see, like, it just went from painting to something way deeper, to something more significant to them. So you cannot assume that you know why they're painting. Just ask these questions. Trust me. Try it for 5 estimates. You're going to notice the difference. You're going to even get some people opening up to you about their past. It has happened. I'm talking from experience. People come to me and they tell me, Carlos, my mom died, and so this means a lot to me. And I'm like, oh my goodness. A simple question has the power to influence and make people open up to you. Just learn how to do it. And that's basically it. Now you're highly likely to actually close the deals and make more money because most of your competitors, they're not asking this type of questions. I know because I set up competitors, other painters in my area, and they suck. They literally suck. They don't know how to ask questions. They don't know how to even present the offer. They just say, yeah, we're gonna paint. They don't even help you. They're like, if you pay us, I'll help you. So you can beat your competitors really easily if you do this. Not only that, you know how to get the attention of your market and how to market yourself like the pros actually do and how to sell to make more money. But there's actually one more thing that if you ignore, you're gonna be stuck forever. So watch this video next where I'll show you how to handle objections the right way so you can 10x your sales and never lose deals. In this video, we're gonna dive deep in that video, so just take a look. How to handle, let me think about it, it's too expensive, can't afford it, it's not the right season. We'll break that down in the next video. So watch that video and I'll see you. My name is Carlos, take care.